What's up, Leo and Leo Rising friends? Sondra from For Your Chi. This is your March of 2026 reading. Welcome to March. Well, your March is action-packed. I wish I could say I had better news for you, but I see throughout this whole reading, half of which is on YouTube, the other half is on Patreon, I see panic, I see conflict, I see fear. And that's just in the YouTube reading. Let's get to it. What's going on? The first couple of days of March, you are panicking. Why are you panicking? This situation is trying to cause you to pay attention. Now, I also see a panic in your 7th house of relationships. We're going to get to that in the extended reading. This could be the same story here with the 1st and 7th house. It remains to be seen. This is a very interesting reading, I gotta say. You've got Fiona here. Fiona says, now that you've asked the angels for help, be opening to receiving this help and divine guidance and assistance, and you deserve it. So you have prayed, or you're about to pray or request from some sort of heavenly help here, as you should. The assistance is coming. Expect it. Don't be surprised when it shows up. Your 2nd house, money and stuff, harmony. Okay, the money's looking better. You also could be partnering with someone to make a purchase, or they're loaning you some money or helping you in some way. Take the help. There also needs to be a forgiveness here. Now, this could be an offer of forgiveness from someone who owes you money. And they are saying sorry, and they're giving you a payment. There's some sort of an exchange that happens here. Tangible. I'll take it. Your 3rd house, your brother or sister, well, they're going through some seasonal depression here. And they could also be struggling with an additional health concern on top of the depression with the Moon card. Archangel Raphael is here, however, to talk about a healing that is in progress. So hallelujah for that. They're experiencing, or they're going to experience, some form of healing in March, especially if they're looking for a healing. Your 4th house, planting where you live. This could also be talking about your father if it's not talking about where you live. Planting the seed. This could be some sort of an investment that you're making with your property, or purchase, or a down payment in, what do they call that? Earnest money. You may be buying a house, you may be buying property, you may be adding something to your current property in order to increase the value. This could include like making a space to rent out to a roommate or something. Whatever this is, this could also be a home-based business, by the way, that you're starting or that you're working on. You've got the Unicorn Omega Victory card. Okay, a victory is at hand here with this investment in property. Like I said, this could also be talking about your father, and usually when it talks about fathers here in the 4th house with this card, it's talking about an investment that he's making. And as he's planting this small seed, there will eventually be a harvest from this investment. So that's good news. Now, we're going to talk about this card, but in just a minute, because there's a story. Your 5th house represents your social life, fun friends, dating life for those of you single Leos. This could also be talking about a younger child. For those of you that have multiple children, this is definitely talking about a younger or a middle child who is struggling at this time, especially in the month of March. They could be going through a bullying situation at school or something like that. Now, they could also be having fears when it comes to sleeping alone in their room, or they're afraid of the dark, something to that effect. And the reason why is they are seeing dead people. This combination in the 5th house is talking about someone who's seeing spirits. You know, maybe it is or maybe it isn't their dead grandma or dead grandpa coming to them. Maybe it's someone else that they don't recognize, and it's scary. If this is happening, please send me a message. I will do what I can to help. Why? Because I too was that kid, and I didn't understand what was happening, and no adult around me could offer me any kind of substantial, helpful advice. Please do not disregard what they're saying. What they're saying is actually true. They are actually seeing their dead grandma or grandpa or Aunt Helen or whoever this is. Pay attention, listen to their story. If you don't know what to do, tell them that you're going to figure it out and get back to them. In the meantime, smudge the house. Take a smudge stick. Clear out every room, especially their room. And make sure their room is vacuumed, and particularly under the bed. I don't know what it is about cleaning up the bedroom. I just know that it helps them in this process. Now, the one thing that I want to say about this is this card, the story that I was talking about, this card flew out of the deck when I was shuffling. I thought it was too early. I put it back. I knew it was going to come back out again, and it did in your 5th house. If this is not talking about your child, this is talking about a friend of yours that's going through this, or your boyfriend or girlfriend, because it does represent boyfriend or girlfriends in the 5th house, your 6th house. Work and health, conflict and defeat. This is what I'm talking about. Stay away from, do not engage in any arguments. Tell this person that you will talk to them later. This is particularly true with clients or customers. Now, the one other thing that I will say about this card in the 6th house is that this can show up here when you've been dealing with a health issue and you're going to a doctor who's not helping, not listening, or is making the problem worse. It means that you need to get a second opinion. Okay, so if the shoe fits, wear it. Astara is talking about you deserve better. You deserve better than this. Do not stoop to this level. Rise above it, whatever the case may be. If it rise above the petty argument, Leo. I know you've got an ego. This is not going to do you any good. Same is true for the health situation, the second opinion, I mean. Rise above this doctor who's not listening to you or whatever. Go somewhere else. Or go to a specialist. Get recommendations. All right, before we go to the extended, which is below in the description box on Patreon, by the way, Tier 2 is what you want for all my extended readings. Or you can just buy the video if you're interested. Well, how about that? You've got another Leo and you've got a Scorpio on board here for your 7th house of partnerships. We're going to be going over that house in depth, including romance angel cards, your 8th house of taxes, contracts, intimacy, the source of your significant other's income, your 9th house of school and travel, your 10th house of career or your mother, your 11th house of your eldest child or your best friend, and what's about to happen 12 months from now in the month of June. Thanks, Leo, for being here with me. Take care.